Everybody heard a joke about a priest, a rabbi, and a minister walking into a bar. But have you heard the one about a high priest, a bush doctor, and a minister of propaganda meeting up at a coffee shop to talk to a high scientist? What a thing to tell the king. WEED Propaganda Radio presents BTS, the Bush Tea Sessions.
Well, when I said I'm ready in the evening, it's the same way. Sessions, hashtag danger is hashtag the man with no Sunday for him out, hashtag the guy who is named lad, but getting into what it is or we talk about it is a different.
Hey, hold on, you forget one thing.
I ain't forget.
Well,
I'll leave it out. But, huh?
All of you all the time.
Yeah, see, I ain't forget. Cause really, and refresh my memory what it is I was just telling you. I'm going to take a little herbal recession right now. Refresh my memory.
Well, before we jump on the thing, you're saying that you get this new sacrament and you want to test it out, test the fires, test the waters, and then some way we talk about the big $5 lighter for $1. And then you was like, let me
just now, we just touched on something just now.
Oh, we were just talking about fucking changing of voices, inner cans, outer cans, doing cans on purpose.
Okay, perfect. Purposely canning versus unconsciously canning. And I gonna look at it from the positive because most people are can man, hey, no can man, I don't want me no can man. But at some level, a true entertainer, would be deemed a con man. And a true entertainer would con himself into the role needed, the accent needed, because hey man, if you really check out half of these popular actors right now on American TV, American movies, when you see them on these different interviews, that voice in the movie ain't them a natural voice, you know. These man learn how to talk proper American English. Okay? But these guys sound like they would request a cup of tea every day, all day. You know what I mean?
You talking about the invasion of British people in America?
You call it what you want to.
I think the universe needs to talk about the topic here.
Big man, I think it's and that's what I said. A lot of them. Let's use the guy from Sons of Anarchy. Right? Jax. Right?
Channing Tatum.
No,
not Channing Tatum. I know his name, but we're going to go with Jackson.
I don't want to call the government. I don't want no problems with the government person.
Channing Tatum. Charlie Hunnam.
I could deal with the character. I don't want to deal with the person because I come to understand that the person has either Irish, British, or some type of. Actually, it's Irish because on the show they're running from the Irish, but he is the youth who don't talk like that. But the other man on the show, "Aye, my laddie, you fucked up our shipment. You know we got to kill him." Like fuck, I see that. But he don't talk straight. He don't talk like he from SoCal, Southern California. You know what I mean? But he's natural and he can't like. If I with some of these characters and say, man, I can see myself in he. But if he speak with that accent, you don't identify with him. Hence, like Lucifer then, right? Lucifer, the dude who play Lucifer in his show Lucifer, he ain't conning nobody. You know what I'm saying? He telling you straight up, his role is a con man in the show. When in real life, that's how we attack. You check? So when it comes to canning, words and everything have a negative connotation and a positive. And I think, man, a person who naturally canning, if they control it and direct that energy of canning, they could be very successful. Hence, some of these actors be. And I won't even stop at the actors. Let some of the musicians too, because you don't hear their accent in their music. You know what I'm saying? Like Rihanna, again. When Rihanna say, you got me losing my mind. And then she said, yeah, well, I went home to my mommy. I know the people for the first time when they heard is like, wait, hold up. Who's that? You know what I'm saying? But it's like the canning part is it's somewhat a game that they're playing, yes. But is it bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it bad to can, to fake, to mislead?
I mean, okay, now you're drawing a very thin line here. You mix in canning with acting, which is basically the same form of deception, but it's like, okay, take wrestling for example, right? We all know that wrestling is scripted. That does that make it fake? Now these guys are still performing athletic maneuvers, but they're telling a story in the ring. A character is telling a story in the ring. I may be a heel inside the ring, and my best friend of 15 years might be a face, but that don't mean after we spill each other's blood when we go to the back, we ain't going, like you say, that man, actors might talk in their regular voice. Wrestlers might, you know what I mean, drink beer in the same locker room, even though they ain't supposed to be in there. But when an actor telling a story or a con, you know what I mean, it's for the enjoyment of others. Now, in the negative connotation, when you hear a confidence man, it's like, basically, confidence is supposed to be a good thing, but when you're confidently swindling others, I guess what you're talking about is like everything else in the world and the universe. There must be a mahat, you know what I mean? There gotta be a balance, you know what I mean?
Oh, my friend, you are a very wise sensei. You are very wise, very, very wise. You hit the nail.
I had to say sensei, not sensei. I had to say sensei, not sensei.
Well, Mr. Sensei, you are sense I right now. You are sense the I. Not I as in I, but the I and the I. Because I is reverberating the energies of the I towards the I. So it's I and I and I. It makes a trinity. So your overs, keep it inside the trinity. You control the power of the structure. Regardless to the spell, as some may tend to call it, regardless to the etymology, the root of the etymology, regardless of it all, I propose that if you are aware, or one is aware of the charges, the negative and the positive charges of the different connotations, it's up to the entity that's projecting these audible reverberations, these syllables, these vibrations of audio into the air. I propose that it's up to that person. It's really up to that person to recognize and realize where they stand with the things that they're saying, because the words by itself have its own connotation. So if you are aware of the connotation when you're saying it, you might give a little bit of in-depth, either foreground or postground, so that the audience would have a better foundation for which connotation you're using, so that there is not gray lines. You see what I'm
or blood lines, like you like to say.
Well, I try and stop use that one because the brother went to the horse track the other day and me a heart attack, man. Yeah, man, brother Robin Tick. And I do say brother, man. That's that he like Bill Clinton, man. You check. That was two white boys who's brothers.
But wait, he has Alan Tick's son, right? Who's the mother? Isn't the mother of some sort of color?
My boy, I know. If that brother did, right, was a snake, a lot of people going to get bite. That brother and Bill Clinton, once they decide to snake in any black pan, they're going to be able to pick their prey and bite successfully. Because ain't nobody keeping their eye on them brothers. That Bill Clinton.
But no. Okay, wait. It goes back to what you were saying earlier, right? With the connotation, right?
Oh.
You don't think President Bill knew from the time he picked up that jazz instrument, you know what I mean, and show that, you know what I mean, that he could blow, even though we don't know whether he could blow or not. We don't know if he just learned that one song for that one appearance. Like, you know what I mean, the internet is undefeated. But yeah, man, going back to that, it's like maybe he had the confidence he had need to get over.
No, see? I would call what he did confidence.
Well, I mean,
more like that's more like try can the item with few evidence. Because I never see the brother play that. I've seen it wrong in neck. Yeah. But like, not to bring up Obama Nation, but I see Obama Nation shoot a few times. I see Obama Nation dribble, you know? Ball, back and so. I see. But the brother with the flute, me never see him toot the hand, you know? But like you say,
I see him toot the hand, but just one song.
It canned the people into, and it canned a type of people because it couldn't can me. I don't care what you say. I don't associate that hand there with my people. You check what I say? But the people of the age bracket at the time that he needed to can, he pulled a successful can. You know what I mean? It's like I saying can, and for the transcribing and the internet and all the different people who may have a difficulty understanding me. I also do mean, I'm saying C-O-N. I also do mean C-A-N. Because that's how they operate. It's a can, which is a can mentality, is to keep it sealed, keep it tight, and keep it where you cannot see, in or out.
But wasn't that Obama Nation's motto?
One
yes,
more time?
Wasn't that Obama Nation's motto? Yes, we can. Or yes, we can.
Wow.
Which one?
Wow. I received that in full, in all visions. Yeah, and all fullness, clear as they just see the yes we can. Although I didn't hear the I clearly, I see it just now. I see that one there. The yes we can. Yes, man. Yes, man. Selassie I. Yes, man. So you see how the most I set it, and certain times I don't have no Google and no Bing and no Duck Goose and Duck Hunt and all them things in front of the eye right now. I just deal with the powers of the eye. And the powers of the eye can't can the eye, because the powers of the eye is open. It's water. You don't keep water in a can. You ever see water come in a can yet?
Well, them trying it now since they want to get rid of the not paper can, not aluminum can. They're putting water in paper now.
Wait. I don't think I understand that word. Wait, elaborate a little bit more.
Me know if it's an environmental issue, me know if it's a new hustle, but you know like how them man used to pour milk in the cartoon box? Now them man pouring water in the cartoon box talking about fuck alkaline water, man still drinking out of plastic, drink out of this paper box. Really save mother out.
Well, for the sake of the audio,
Right.
I hope everything you say come true just now. And I was going to big them up, but Firebun Skype. We doing this. Skype audio has seemed to be having some technical difficulties. So,
well, that typical difficulties I mean, man, I think it's because I using my LTE and not the 2G in the house because everybody seems to be on the internet.
I was going to say, just for clarity's sake, for the outside, if there is a little break in the audio, don't blame me, don't blame he, blame Skype. All right.
I put my trust in the Lord, and so
another app you can do long distance multi-conference calls while recording them, which is a form of taking notes. Feel free to hit us up in the comments or wherever you find the show, or check out Lord Franchise Drake. Find that guy anywhere online and send a comment in his box. Don't trouble me. Leave me alone. If you see me on the internet,
I go to tell the same thing. I tell them all the time. If a man wants to suggest comments to the show, Mother's gonna find himself a Reddit page, create an account, and submit man feelings to reddit.com/BushTSessions under the section #WATTTTK. What a thing to tell the king. We'll gladly see it, and I'll refer it to the councils of the most godly, and we'll break it down for him. But it's going to pass out.
We talk about etymology and canon and all of this, and you say a word just now that bring to mind mother scunt.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, hey, come to find out about it. That video that you sent me that I'm about to include in another music video that I'm working on, I found out what was the cause of it, and it was not stolen clothes, but continue.
Well, just for the people on the outside, it's a video of the
poker run. Let's keep it real.
The BVI British Virgin Islands poker run, which I'm not from the British Virgin Islands, and I'm envisioning this poker run is a bunch of people meeting up on a remote island away from their local islands. So they have to go by boat or jet ski, but they're going to like this big ass, bomb ass poker tournament, So where there's money,
each different go along.
Run that again.
Collecting cards on each different island as they go along, and after whoever get a full card set, whoever get a winning hand, win the poker run.
Oh, so that's how you get your hand, is by going from island to island via boat.
Mm-hmm. It's like a scavenger hunt.
It makes no sense go by jet ski, because then you're going to lose if you go by jet ski.
Well, when you see people out there, because they have to enter the poker run, you have to come, register, and whatever, but you're going to have other boats and vessels out there, but a lot of them spectating, a lot of them just, getting front row seats. Just having fun, man. It's a good old time. I encourage everybody that's into sun, that's into the water, that's into music, that's into fashion, no matter what he is on the wall, come check me out in Virgin Garden, the BVI, man, the different islands, man. Just don't say mother skunt, though. You might get so. I think that we're over.
Well, no, this thing mother skunt, is it a bad word? Like, is it a derogatory word? What is mother skunt?
Well, since we're doing etymology, right? I think it's common, obvious to the fact known that scunt is just a breakdown of the American or the English word cunt. You know what I mean? I guess different Garretts and different Gassos had tongue problems, so they just couldn't say cunt, so they just say scunt. But basically, when you say mother scunt, you're just talking about go to your mother's pussy where you came from.
So it's your mother's vagina and not your mother's butt.
That would be bumbo. When you hear bumbo, they're talking about ass. From Jamaica.
And see now, and me just being a devil's advocate, I try to look at it different when a man say, I guess bumbo bum, but I just figure your bumbo is your, and then your scunt, your mother scunt. Okay, so that's your mother scunt is your mother front. Okay. I'm catching on.
See,
But,
I mean, if you go in Jamaica, like, there's pussy clot and there's pussy clot.
But
pussy clot is basically a tampon, and when you say bumbo clot, it's ass, right? Like if your ass leaking, yeah, bumbo clot.
I try to stick on this mother scunt thing, right? So now with this mother scunt thing, let's break this thing now, because I've heard people laughing and joking and tell their friends, "Hey man, use a mother scunt." So, like, how does that relate when this word now supposed to be like an ultimate curse? You ain't talking about nobody mother's beautiful eyes. You telling a person about their mother's like pussy hole? Like, let's be kind of raw with it, because honestly, man, one time for digital media nowadays, not having all this censorship from the 80s, where I notice half of the podcast nowadays, when somebody don't like something, they just say the same two words that most people are say, from the richest person to the poorest person. So these two words is no more two words that's used by underclass people. That just means when you're fed up with something, you say, fuck it. Straight up. So shout out to today's digital world who does just say, you know what? Fuck it. Hit check. But mother scunt, no, see now, because I remember fuck it, because mother scunt and fuck it is two kind of words. Because I tell you fuck it, if I tell you fuck it, it's more or less like mash it up. You know, like you go to the club, you know, like a 10.5 rating woman who get about 10 zeros behind two numbers is her network. For some reason, pick you and want you to indulge in a little bit of tangoing with her. Knowing the situation, you could be faithfully married. Then you come to this brother here. This is Danger. You tell that brother there the situation, and he gonna tell you two words. Fuck it. Or you could run with it. Either which way you are, you could either say, fuck it, I go leave it alone and be faithful to my wife. Or I'm gonna use the other verb that fuck means, which is sex, and literally fuck it. Because that might be the winning ticket right there. You know what I mean? Just make sure if you fuck it though, you bring some of the money back to Bush T Sessions, okay? Bush T Sessions need some donations. No. If you're stressed, you gotta stress the intended word. Donations.
Right. Since you point out in the air, I'm going to say it. franchise, buy a ticket to the Buju show. But franchise do the we game back. So if I might want the Bush T sessions to continue, gladly do to the thing so I could get the rest of my ticket. You know what I mean? But honestly, I truly do. Going back to what you were talking about, right? And this is why I think these things called spells and castings and grimoires is such important. The Jalafi ass after the backdrop. Hey, you can let a laugh go through, you know. All of that's part of the show. All of that, I want to give the show the spice and the flavor. The back said about it. But I don't even have the back of your area, not the back of your car. I think it has, like, with this whole text thing, it's like you could read what somebody's saying, but you ain't seeing their facial expressions. You ain't seeing their body expressions to determine the place where it's coming from. No. In the terms of what went down at the poker run, right, I may still think it's over close, you know, but from what I understand, it was, I would assume somebody say a mother stunt or get your mother stunt. And the person who was not of Virgin Islands descent, come from a different culture, I would assume a Jamaican culture, their response was, don't talk about my mother. So one thing lead to another. Whereas a VI person might not expect another VI person to get into words over a mother stunt or a get your mother stunt or a kiss your mother stunt. It's like, okay, take it to American terms, not even like take it to New York terms. I guess how that Jamaican took talking about their mother is the same way a New York person would take about like somebody saying suck my dick or some shit.
Let me tell you something. I hear what you're saying, but brother, you might have a little bit more years in the VI than me. I only spent so much years. I spent a few years living it consecutively, but one thing I know, and a few people I know who not from there is fully aware of, there is one way that you just said that you shall never address anybody in that way, shape, or form. And even if you say to your friend in a joking way, it's a way of showing, like, kind of bullying your friend. It's like showing a rank. Like, I'm going to say this to you joking, and you ain't going to take it personal because either I better than you or I is more the boss. It's a funny thing, and which is kiss. No. Boy. There is kiss your mother scunt, and there is kiss your mother scunt. Either which way, that's a few degrees off of, hey, hit me first. Like,
okay, but you could understand if that's said, but what if that is in a text message? What is that like? You know what I mean? Was that like a WhatsApp, a social media post? How do you take it then? To the fullest degree, to the lesser degree, the middle point?
Then I'm going to take it more personally. If the person of Virgin Island descent, I'm going to take it more serious. You know why? These people are aware of the damage that can be and will be caused by the utterance of those words, which for Jamaica now, and it happens in the song clash wall. Man, I had a song clash in New York just recently, and for the song clash fans out there, big up yourself, keep the culture alive. There was a song clash in New York the other day. A sound from Canada was in New York, and I forget where the other sound were from, but they are like, if I'm not mistaken, of Jamaican descent. But it don't really matter where they're from, but it kind of matters because of
New York was a thing. They had no New York representation.
Huh?
New York was the base. It had no New York representation.
It was
people
in New York. I think the one sound was a home sound from New York. I think they were playing in one of their venues in New York. They bring the song from Canada. Well, the guy from Canada told the guy from New York and played a song behind of it saying, suck your mama, like they say. Right? Because we get kiss your mother, Scott, they get suck your mama or suck your mother. We don't say suck your mother too, but they don't say suck your mama. Right?
Jamaica is talking about.
But compare kiss your mother, Scott, and that is like when he said that, it led to apparently condolences to the brethren. His mother passed away.
I think I have.
And while the man on stage doing the thing, the brother who mother just passed away went and picked some water, and the next brother apparently big fight broke out, and apparently I think one of them man there from Canada run Levy partner.
That run Levy partner, the man pull a fucking what you call it? Fucking, well, you don't really watch MLW, but the man pull a Sicario, run Levy partner to get beat down alone. Nah, take the girl and run. Just take the girl and run.
That's how it'll go down in wrestling.
Not in wrestling, MLW. I don't tell you MLW different from them other fuck out there, but congratulations to AEW and Cody Rhodes. I see your first product. You made me proud. Your dad proud. Dusty proud. I don't wish jail on a man, but hopefully, hope it can go broke. Because at least he could make it back. I won't wish jail on a man, but poverty, yeah, someone deserves poverty.
Wow.
Poverty is a humbling thing.
But humbling, yes, but you say deserve. Like.
Yeah, okay, for instance, right, I could guarantee you this, right? Let's say something tragic happened, you know that man, the company now public, that fucking stocks, right? Let's say something tragic happened, right? And Vince was to go broke, right? Vince make it back to the top again, he gonna move different. You know what I mean? And maybe he may have a better product going forward.
So
I'm only saying this because this is allegedly racist. Like I wasn't wish poverty on a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, like, you know how many say they wouldn't wish jail on their worst enemy? I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy, but poverty, yeah.
So I still don't understand why would you say they dissolve it though? Like
hey, my son, like, God, Vince. Hey, like, okay, for instance, when you could touch
poverty,
when you could
it's possible for us.
If what?
You think it's possible for Vince to see poverty?
Man, it's possible for anybody to see poverty outside of the Queen. That's how I see it.
Hey, go on, because I don't want to get into the Queen because no, that's a whole other thing. Because you sound like these faithful Queen supporters, like the dude in the thing, the lunatic, right?
Yeah.
He feel like shit. Like, come on, man.
No, my thing is this, right? I just don't back loose on.
Before you go any further, let me understand the person that I am dealing with. Do Queen Elizabeth take a shit.
Of course. They probably just don't stink though.
I gonna allow you right now, and you catch me off guard, cause you is a real Queen supporter. Okay. The Queen raised you right. I gotta send a letter of congratulations to the Queen for what she have done in your life, because she raised you right. You is
you know what you could do though? You know what you could do since you are not me? You could write a letter to the Queen. Well, actually, there's a whole embassy for it, for me to get served. Officially. That's what you could do.
Well, and what I need is for you to...
You can't say yourself. You can't recommend yourself to be served. The people have to recommend you to be served.
Well, when you before the Buju show, get the ins and outs, and I will do my part. All I need is I need citizenship over there.
Man, that's a small thing, sir, Giant. Man,
I want to make it seem like I just wash up on the shore. I jump off a boat and wash up on the shore. Me ain't no papers. Me ain't nothing. I could tell you what to.
My boy, if you listen to track 8 off of Pop Boys, a song called Mucha Coca, you could find out how to do exactly that. Wash up on the shores of the BVI.
Okay.
It's called the shoot. It's called going through the shoot.
We're going to talk about that off air. Because I like how it's almost like you see this muddy pond, but to you who live there, it's like what? Watch our lake, man. Watch our bay.
Actually, you see a muddy pond. To me, who actually live there, I like, yeah, we better go.
No, I looking at it from the other way around. The normal eye look like a muddy pond, but that pond is cold. Every rock stone in that pond is a diamond. So it's like,
yeah, this is what I said. You see the muddy pond.
Them is the dirty rock them. Yeah. So it's like, I know you get diamonds in the pond. I want to go wrong the pond.
A platinum, they got palladium, they got space rocks, they got moon rocks. Welcome to the beach, my lord. I told you the beach.
Well,
you ever see the beach?
I need to learn the all hill, the queen, the everything.
Half air, no lie, right? Half air, right? Danger were playing around with the keyboard because, Danger setting up a fucking studio / fucking Bush Tea sessions / fucking, this bag shades for real. And Danger trying to reenact the fucking national anthem, right? Danger actually, right? Hey, Danger. All I heard in my mind is, oh God, save our gracious queen. But through the harmonization, he did manage to figure it out though. But yeah, literally and truly, that shit did pop up in my head. Hey, Your Highness, because I know you ain't never going broke in this shit. You know what I mean? You done gave a whore a madamship. Walk with your boy. I come from one of your small little territories that you probably got as a gift from the Dutch. You know what I mean? But I represent that shit hard. Don't mean got no tattoos, but I carry that shit on my sleeve. I back my whole career in this shit. And even though I title myself as Lord now, I know it's small things to a giant. Could you officially get my soulship on and cracking? It's been 12 years and counting. Walk with your boy. Lord Franchise Dre, a.k.a. So Franchise Dre.
So good.
Not to be confused with the thief and the pirate, So Francis Dre.
A thief
and a pirate a soulship. Walk with your boy. You gave a thief and a pirate a soulship. Walk with your boy.
That deserves a round of applause. That sounded great. For real. If I didn't have one hand, I would have clapped.
Man, I tell you. That's the thing. And and I want a sword too. Could I get a sword? Because apparently Texas amended laws again to not only can you carry swords, maces, and fucking clubs under this new open carry, they expanded now to where you could carry brass knuckles, moonchucks, nunchucks. I think anything short of a flailing mace. But yeah, it's about to get medieval in this bitch, literally. Hey, you know summertime is when they'll come out.
I would have moved.
You will see, I go in butcher that one where this might be a move. For them for you guys who know about Cash App, work with your boy, man. A little 212, work with your boy. So we get these numbers up. But pick up to everybody who listen for free though. We still love our man. I know our man life getting better after these sessions.
And no, you just bring up a thought in my mind, right? When a person repatriating, whether is as a prodigal son or not, right? Should the person be required to bring honey back to the pot when they come in? Or should they be able to come there and just suck honey?
All right. It's how I look at this thing, right? Because I from an island, I know about the whole Western Union. I know about man coming to work just to fucking send money back home and them kind of stuff, right? But when you're talking Caribbean, and I be more specific, Virgin Islands, and I be even more specific, BVI, because that's not a U.S. territory, right? If you got to send money from the BVI up to America to your people ain't doing something right. You know what I mean? If you in America, you're supposed to be making, you know what I mean, the island fat. The island's supposed to suckle off of you. You ain't supposed to suckle off the island. Depending on where it is in your situation. Because it's evident people just come out here in life to become failures, but that's a whole different episode.
Well, but then that's what I'm saying, like, should a person, no matter how big or how small you is, you left.
They can't do nothing.
Coming back, and like, let me put myself in a street man perspective. The streets need what? The streets need
eat,
smoke.
Streets got eat.
Basically, that's the one thing that the streets don't need. Things to smoke, right? But a lot of things to smoke, they have to be imported, right? So the person who coming back ain't easy for them man to just, even if it's a little 10, a 20, or something with at least they could break a bread with a one or two brothers, right? Like, should it be required? Like, instead of a passport, right? You coming back with 2 cans, a tuna then, even if you, but they get tuna home. But that's a bad example. But like, even if you bring back a slab of tuna, they don't sell. Me never see like the real tuna, the fish tuna, not the can. I mean, like the pink tuna, what they're selling sushi and so. I never see that selling in the islands. You know what I mean? So maybe when somebody coming back, they bring bring a slab of tuna or some to put back to the honey pot. At least now, and I would think bring something that either could be useful if it's in quantity and quality, or something that's useful towards gaining experience or broadening the horizon of the people who still the local. You know what I'm saying? I feel that should be required. I feel everybody should have to okay, man, white days I have in America that maybe them man never see home or and you got at least work with that in your bag to expose the people into it.
All right, okay. I could interject with some high science.
You ain't
And
want nothing low, you know. If it's low, you could keep it. So you're gonna either interject the highway or you keep the low way. Highway all the time.
all right. Okay, so this high science is a real life experience, right? The last time I did go back to the BVI, it was for Brim Reefer was shooting a music video, right? I went to do BTS, behind the scenes footage, stuff like that. So it's like I know I'm going down there. I don't know how other people seek endorsements and shit like that. Some people just say just randomly shout people out on Twitter. Some people just be like troll Instagram. How I just seek endorsements is I learned a
I
long
hope you
time.
clean it like the Kardashians because every time they shout something out on Instagram, they get $1 million. But go ahead.
But no, how I do my thing is I learned a long time ago back in the BVI. Me gonna shout pan out because me no fan I want to be hot out or not, and we don't even do shout outs. We do salute and acknowledgement. That you buy what you like. Whatever you make your money, what you spend it on, you buy what you like, right? So if I buy something and I like it, I'd be like, shit. If I ain't got the funds to at least invest, well, first I check to see if there's a public stock or not. If there ain't a public stock, then you know what I mean, so there's a public stock. If me got the money to invest, I'd be like, okay, let me see if I could promote this product, hustle this product, see if I could get endorsement. So the last time I went back to BVI, one of the hustles I was working on was Entourage Cigars. Remember, I think we talked about them before. As a matter of fact, I think I was boarding one on an episode before. I'm not too sure. I be fucking all over the place. But I ordered a case, went back to the BVA, showed it to the man them up the gut, you know what I mean, on the block. Be like, yeah, you hustle these fuck. You know what I mean? They showed me the reality of how well Tatola ain't like St. Thomas. Tatola kind of like St. Thomas kind of up to the times. Tatola kind of like 10 years behind, 20 years behind, depending on who you act. So them I was like, you can't just sell these things, you gotta make them hot. So the idea they came up with was let's shoot a music video with the Entourage cigars, and while we shooting the video, like people that participate in the video, give them an entourage for their participation. You know what I mean? And to me, it worked out great. You know what I mean? This video about to come out with said poker run footage. Bless up for that poker run footage, by the way, my boy. It's like you spark a new set of creativity.
Well,
the man
that's what the whole
really
that's what the notion of the whole new set is about. It's about a different vision, a different outlook to spark new creativity. Is almost like people who have change around their bedroom versus people who the rug is indented because them furniture don't move. The bed, the dresser, everything just did. Not me. You know, I like anytime I start to get a little stale and stagnant, gotta change it up. You know what I mean?
like, what you're talking about is feng shui. He didn't even know it, but continue.
What you call it?
Well, not what I call it, what they call it. They call it feng shui. It's
Who is this?
I mean, some say the occultists, some say the mystics, some say the crackpot scientists.
Feng Shui? I hear about Feng Shui. That's the same thing?
Nah, feng shui is where the alignment of your surroundings channels energy, and like when the energy is off, you gotta rearrange to balance the energy, and it's like it's a study. As a matter of fact, I know an architect that incorporates feng shui in his architecture, and yeah, man, he's coming up with some awesome designs. People love them. I guess this is a free plug to Jose de Castro. Yeah, I mean 3D designs. Yeah. You want to get a posh house, a posh building, a posh office, holla at Jose de Castro at 3D Design.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, but I also think it's half of your vibe too, because let's say you have a body.
You got to. It's a vibe. It's a science. It's a high science. Feng shui.
And see, this one I think it's bigger than science. I don't think science will be able to come up with an equation to match the frequency and the energies of the vibe. I don't think science has got it that
There
far.
is a field of science for that. It is called what the fuck is it called? Oh, but it's deep in geometrics though. Yeah, it's talking about when we hear about fractions and they're talking about fractal geometry. Yeah, it goes deep. Yeah, it's like some
I
Plato.
relate it to like time, a year.
Yeah, all of that is included. Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As a matter of fact, when you get this back, I think that's the field you should go into. Like, you know what I mean? Just get a degree in that shit because you have the time. You could afford it.
I can afford it now. Right name?
I think I would have to get back to that. No,
Right.
make me tell a lie. But I know there is but it deals with fractal patterns in geometries, and it's like they connect space, time, everything to mathematics.
I feel but I feel math is a intricate part. Yes, I am a math.
They connected to sound, they connected to frequency, they connected to vibration. Yeah, it's a deep science. Well, I don't call it high science, but I'm a novice at that right now. That's why I can't give you. I know of it, but I have no knowledge of it.
I would have to check it out. Get a name for me, and I'll take a minor. I'll start with a minor. I'll do a 2 years. I'll do a 2 years.
No.
No.
These is only offered. It's like once you study mathematics, right? You know when you get into your masters and your doctorates of mathematics, that's when you get into these type of things.
Yeah, but I already graduated.
Like 10 to 12 years.
I already have a bachelor in math already.
Well, yeah, so it will only be 8 years for you.
I did 4. Ironically, computer science is under the math department. Ironically.
But the computer science is the part that leads after rocket science. You know what I'm saying? This is the left of rocket science.
Yeah, but I already take. That's what I'm saying. To get there, I already take so much math classes, so I wouldn't have to go.
Yeah.
That's why.
Just saying instead of the 12, you only gotta do the 8 now, because you say you get bachelor's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after 12 years, you will reach the level where they're talking about that type of philosophy and physics.
And it's weird. No, how is it a Rasta man out of the bush? They'll come up with the same. Because they obviously using a different equation from me, because I don't know that science, right? But we still come up with the same solution.
You know why? Because as I tell you, when they start going into these fractal geometrics, right? These are patterns that exist in nature. So the same thing you could see in a chalkboard, you could see in a flower, you could see in a blade of grass, you could see in a tree, you could see in like they're connected to, like, everything is connected once you get to a high enough point. So it doesn't matter where the knowledge comes from. It's just that the rest of man don't believe in no diploma. You know what I'm saying? They believe in lifeloma.
Okay. I kind of dig what you're saying, but for me, being a Rasta man,
in society, you might probably have to do another 12 years, but under nature law, with the right meditations and vibrations and the place and the funding to go where you need to be, you could probably do it in 3 years. Figure it out in 3 years.
So like big up to Juma Aranai. Right?
Well, salute.
Well, when I saying big up, right? I gonna tell you, you salute him. I want the people them to big him up. Because when I say big up, I know exactly what I'm saying, you know. I mean big up to Juma Aranai with the intention that, and I mean intention. That's in I and I to want to big up that brother because I want the people them lift him up. I want him to physically big up the brother, physically support the brother, physically get the brother music and the Rastafari products. That's why I say big up. But
yeah,
his word, he famous for saying utilize word, sound, and power. You check?
Well, I call that magic, but we say you don't deal with magic, so we say high science.
But see, with me now, I say you gotta utilize even more than just that.
Intention, well, that's the
You get
key.
word, sound, and power, right? You got to utilize nature too.
Well, I mean, that's why a lot of these rituals happen at different times and different seasons in different parts of the world and with different sacrifices of the world. So it's like, yeah, you're right. You're 100% correct.
Yeah, but see, these are things that even in the notions of certain things, people tend to overlook.
Or just completely misunderstand. That's why there's so much puffery going on, but that's a different episode.
And see, I think some of the lack of understanding is due to the fact that there is so much to try to understand. So people tend to not to try to understand anymore and just go with what seems to be the giving. You see?
I think it's society and the times. It's like we live in a fast society where everybody wants things now, but a lot of these practices come from ancient times when people had nothing else better to do but practice their rituals. People don't want to wait the times, they want to do the proper things, and hence we end up in clusterfuck. Certain things take time. You gotta let a fucking intention bubble, but people want instant gratification.
Yet still, to agree with what you're saying, everything takes time, but to get the people to a time of wanting instant gratification, that in itself took time.
But was it for the better or was it for the worse? Are we better off or are we worse off?
Well, depending on who you ask.
You ever heard the
what
saying?
Demographics you're looking at and what majority. If you're looking at majority sake, I would say I would still stay on the positive side. I ain't gonna be the devil's advocate today at all.
Well,
I gonna be the I today, and the I say that yes, the I say yes. It still benefit we, because now instead of having to jump on a camel and go to the store, my ancestors urge for instant gratification, invent car and motorcycle.
You could have been on the Shia Allah Tal, man. Car, motorcycle, man, that's after the Prophet Muhammad, man. That's abomination.
Because then we could ping pong back and forth and say, well, car bad because it bad to the blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But as far as, do I want to go back to riding camel and horse and donkey versus air conditioning and MP3 and cruise control and driver assist now? Do I me? Big man, give me technology, okay? And don't tell me, don't try to interject no demon into my Tesla computer. No, sir. My thing is programmed to be good. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is programmed to do the right thing. Now, see, if we talk about, see, it depends on the purpose. Cause the robot judge I think that's where you need to stop doing. I think we got cut it off at the robot judge, because
Dread, I like the robot judge Dread, but continue.
Imagine a RoboCop, right? Without the human brain attached to it. That man, he was going to kill everything,
My son Judge Dredd was 100% human and he was more heartless than RoboCop. What the fuck you telling me?
Judge Dredd. You got.
That's why they call him robot judge, man. Judge Dredd.
I'm so forgetting. I just know Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes kicked them out.
Sylvester Stallone, remember, if you ever read the comic books or you ever play the video games, Judge Dredd is like what? Judge Dredd is human and he's 100%, 300 times heartless than RoboCop. RoboCop had a conscience. Judge Dredd is the law.
So whatever the law say.
Judge Dredd and executioner, Judge, jury, executioner, I am the law. Just know that I am the law.
And see that's funny to hear. He's a complete human, because a human.
But no, wait, no. To be honest, no. Wait, hold on. To be honest, he's a human in the year, I guess, 23 or 2 or something. So like, just showing you the longer this technology and everything, this freon that comes with this AC, this radiation that comes with this 5G fast cell connection, yeah, going to turn you into a heartless demon, but you know what I mean? I'm so glad you bring up the Tesla and the car analogy, and this is why when Pentagon, Zero Medo, straight up jump into the cult high sciences, I could have do it because I learned from an early age. One man tell me, drive like lightning, crash like thunder. And a lot of people in a rush to go nowhere fast. And I got to say a major salute to the boys, Timothy and Tehran, because I think on that same, it wasn't that song that you played on a mixtape. That's a favorite mixtape that I like, but they had a skit in a mixtape that said, we are in a generation of people that know more and more about less and less until they know everything about nothing. You know what I'm saying? My boy, Judge Dredd is coming. Robot Judge, guarantee, because we know where you are. Wait, hold on. We know where you are. We know what you're posting on social media. We know what you're talking about on your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? We know when you walk on the streets because there's cameras everywhere. There's satellites above the sky. You going to put your fate, your innocence or guilt in the hands of a robot. Aye. That's why I learned in magic.
Well, I must give it up to you. And that one day, I must tell everybody again to remember to check out Mango Tree, Side A and Side B and Audio Mac. Also, YouTube, Spotify, all the streaming apparatuses, Bush T sessions, we say, BTS, Lord Franchise Drake himself, the guy who has no face because he only owns about 6,300 masks, and yours truly himself, Mr. Danger, the person who don't have most funding.
Waiting for this face paint from Hollywood, California, from Danger, you know what I mean? That handsome grabber, but you know what I mean? Hey, but people out there, if a man could afford it, if a man got it, just know the lad needs professional makeup. Hey, if a man could only afford a cheap seat and a man send it, I'll post my mailing address. But you know what I mean? If a man send it, I'll wear it. Let me put it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm about to jump into this wrestling pool hard. The season is ripe. There's never been competition like this is WCW, and I need to get this bag of music in fast enough.
The music is a mission and not a competition, and there's a message in the music at all times. So,
and with that said, and we all know that.
Over and out, how you do this show again? How you do this thing again? All right. Bush T sessions, over and out.
Ja Rastafari. Whoa, hey, whoa. You hear me no killer cat? Cause some boy no recognize say you're the biggest blood clot selector around here, you know. Yeah, Alice Selassie, I danger D, I'm a bridging for life, no watch nothing. Whoa, I triple spin sound free and the world is yours. And take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no wizard can curse. Knowledge is the key, then the world is yours. And take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no man curse. Triple spin with all that Jah created. Why can't we just live as one? There's food and clothes and shelter for triple spin to spread to everyone. With loyalty and humbleness, you shall inherit the earth. Know your purpose in creation. Triple spin, know what life hurt and black people free. And the world is yours and they control. Life, of course, can't be held on by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no wizard can curse. Knowledge is the key, then the world. And take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, false rulers of the earth at war for power and domain. And the cost of living gets so high, the poor and needy can't sustain. With righteousness, exalt and harmony flow through every heart. With the love and the blessings flowing through triple spin sound. Can't depart, black people be free cause the world is